roads have potholes. All that is very visible. There was an anti-incumbency. It might be silent. The BJP worked, micromanaged. You see what happened, if you remember, if you take the 2020 last election figures, 21 of those seats the BJP had lost with just 5,000 votes. These are marginal seats. So the BJP is very clever in micromanaging those seats. Correct. If 21 seats you focus and you work on that, all you need is 2,500, 2,600 voters need to switch, assuming that the turnout is not going high. And BJP, of course, is also very good in getting newer voters. Plus, the middle class must have shifted. This budget,
which Bharatiya Janata Party, Nabila, did in Maharashtra. Yeah. If you look at the voter rolls which were created and subsequently got politicized in Lok Sabha, basically BJP reached out to new voters. Yeah. Other political parties did, but the volume with the BJP reached out was far bigger than other political parties.
Surely, and from my observation here is that people were frustrated with the Aam Aadmi Party. Towards the end, it's not love for the BJP, I see, it's more frustration for the AAP. BJP seen as a great next choice. To see the Yamuna river contamination, to see the kind of pollution levels in the city, to constantly live with it for 10 years is not easy on anyone. And Delhiites have decided to make that change as per the exit polls. I'm going to, add this caveat every time I say this. But at the end of it, as we see there, if I could bring in KV Prasad as well. Mr. KV Prasad, your take on the exit poll numbers. We see that the BJP has managed to sweep without an actual face for the party in the state. It's been Prime Minister Modi all the way who's been campaigning, nearly 30 odd rallies that the party held. Prime Minister himself hammering down on the Sheesh Mahal issue, on the liquor gate issue, on polluted Yamuna, on polluted air, on the crumbling infrastructure, and just the fact that Arvind Kejriwal, who came in as an anti-corruption crusader, eventually is now dubbed as a man who's corrupt. Though allegations haven't been proven, but BJP has been successful in driving that message home.
Well, if the numbers are what they show up, obviously all these issues that you counted are the ones which have swung the balance in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party, so the exit poll tells us. But let us not forget, to answer your first question or the first observation, the Bharatiya Janata Party has in the last 10 years, I think, gone into elections state after state without a face. That has been the trait of the Bharatiya Janata Party. In Delhi, if you cut back to 2015, they tried to project, I think in 2013, it was Dr. Harshvardhan, a Delhi politician who was there, but he couldn't make it. Then 2015, I think Kiran Bedi was brought into the fray, but the party did badly. Since then, if you look at Delhi, BJP has never gone with a face, and so has been the case here. Look at Maharashtra, they didn't really go with the face because, of course, they were in coalition and Shinde was in power. Look at Karnataka, they changed the guard 2 years closer to the elections. So other states, we look at Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. So that has been the BJP in the last 10, 11 years. That has been the trend. As for the issues, yes, these are the issues the BJP hammered on because they had to chip off the Aam Aadmi Party's USP. The USP, of course, as we all know, was the anti-corruption plank they wrote into office. And that was the big dent the BJP was constantly hammering on. Plus, also attacking on the simplicity or the Aam Aadmi traits of Arvind Kejriwal by constantly focusing on his opulent lifestyle, quote within quote, Sheesh Mahal episode. So they were trying to actually chip away blocks, a slice of pie, or as they call it, gradually taking away votes from the support base of BJP, support base of Aam Aadmi Party. It was a very, very methodical thing. But as I said, all these caveats, as you say, these are the exit polls.
No, absolutely.
If the exit polls prove.
BJP has built the momentum all the way from the time of the riots that happened in Delhi. At that point as well, that frustration that started to build and develop within Delhi, people of Delhi, residents of Delhi. It's in a way ultimately come down to these numbers. Yet again, waiting for the actual result. Can't entirely rely on this, but this clearly shows a sway. Even if not, say hypothetically, if these numbers are entirely false, the BJP at least seems to have picked up large margins. At least that's established here and understood very well. Let me take you through a reaction coming in from the man of the moment, going by the exit polls, Virendra Sachdeva, the BJP's face here in Delhi.
मैं दिल्ली की जनता को बधाई देता हूं कि दिल्ली की जनता ने बहुत प्यार और आशीर्वाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी को आज दिया और मैं अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बधाई देता हूं कि बहुत शिद्दत और जुनून के साथ हम सब ने काम किया है और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का नेतृत्व, माननीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी का नेतृत्व, इन सब ने जो ऊर्जा हम कार्यकर्ताओं को दी है, दिल्ली में आपदा जा रही है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी आ रही है।
So now, Nabila, we are joined by Vikramjit Passi, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party. Dr. Anil Gupta, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, will be joining me. Mr. Passi, your opening remarks on the 5 exit polls that have come: Matrice, JVC, PMark, People's Pulse, Political Diary, and I have done a bit of mathematics, rough mathematics. I have taken the mean of all of them. It's right now coming down to, and you'll be surprised, Ajit, 31 to Aam Aadmi Party, 38 to Bharatiya Janata Party in one. If you take the mean, it's 31, 38, 1. Mr. Passi.
Yeah, good evening to all. These exit polls are not the actual results. BJP is very happy, and this happiness will remain only up to 8th February. Because on 8th February, the results will come, the actual results will come, and you will see that Aam Aadmi Party is going to form the government. Because people of Delhi have voted for the Aam Aadmi Party, and workers have sincerely worked for the party. Now, one thing is clear, that any exit poll has not shown us the actual numbers which we have gained in 2015, 2020. Now, kindly have a look upon these exit polls which are available today. Even these exit polls are not tally with each other. There is a margin. There is a margin of 25 seats. There is a margin of. May I continue, sir? May I continue?
Yes, you continue. I don't know why there's a problem with the line. Dr. Anil Gupta also joins me, Bharatiya Janata Party. Let me take a quick reaction from him. Dr. Gupta, खुश तो बहुत होंगे आप.
Yeah, good evening to you and all the viewers. See, we have done hard work, and I think as the exit poll is showing, we are comfortably forming the government in Delhi. If you give me time, I will explain the reason also to you.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's you've just joined. I said, "Khush to aap bahut honge." So you're saying that you've done a good job. So right now the polls are saying, but
what's really worked, Mr. Gupta?
See, we have worked on 3 strategies. Let me declare to you. First, there are 13,033 booths in Delhi. Our Panna Pramukh, our booth worker have worked very hard for last few months to expose the corruption of the Aam Aadmi Party. Second, we have told the citizen of Delhi that there is a need of double engine government in Delhi. India is achieving new milestone regularly. The economy is prospering. We have the Aishwan Yojana everywhere in the country except Delhi. So many things are there. Now the people are aware. And third one, we have exposed the regular blaming game of Kejriwal Saab and his government. You know, what blunder they done? They said Haryana is poisoning Yamuna. I mean, not in a remote, anybody can think that a state can poison Yamuna. So their blunder, their lies have been fully exposed. You know, Kejriwal Saab got more than 6 lakh crores of rupees, the tax money from citizen of Delhi. What he has done? He has done, I mean, each project, be the liquor scam, be the STP scam, be the classroom scam, everywhere he was exposed. He claimed to be the innocent, but he's not fit for even for the CM. He said he is a CM face of Delhi. What Honorable Supreme Court has told while granting bail to him, that Kejriwal ji cannot enter the office of the CM, cannot sign the file. So he needs to be exposed, and he cannot take it granted.
Dr. Gupta, there's a question which our colleague Ajit Jha wants to ask you. Ajit, please go ahead.
अनिल गुप्ता जी, एक सवाल है. प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने जितने डिलीवरी स्कीम्स थे आपके, उन्होंने सबको एक तरह से कहा कि सब हम देंगे और इससे भी ज्यादा देंगे. डू यू थिंक वो काम किया है?
देखिए, देश में मोदी साहब जो कहते हैं वो करते हैं. अब तो पूरा विश्व मांगता है. देयर इज ए मोदी की गारंटी, एंड वी डोंट कॉल इट एज ए रेवड़ी स्कीम. We call it as a Jan Kalyankari Yojanaएं. Citizen of country pays taxes. You know, since the corona cause, the government of India is giving free ration to 81 crore citizens of Delhi. In the same way, 76 lakhs people of citizens of Delhi are getting this thing. In the corona times, Modi government has given free vaccination of 225 crores, including the 1 dose, single dose, double dose and the booster dose. It is not a remedy. When citizen need it, more than 25 crores people are above the poverty line in last 10 years. You see, we are the 5th largest economy. So, Modi is a brand, Modi has a credibility. Whatever he says, the people of India believes. And we need the double engine government. What the Kejriwal has said? He promised to the Punjab that he would give 1,000 rupees to the woman. Not given for last 3 years. He promised before the Lok Sabha election in Delhi also, has not delivered. But we have the Ladli Behna Yojana in MP, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. Whatever we claims, you know, why Delhi government has not allowed the Ayushman Yojana? When more than 11 crores have got benefit for the tertiary treatment, when roughly 30 crores people have been enrolled under the Ayushman Yojana, why these citizens of Delhi are deprived? This is the answer. The citizen of people need the answer.
One interesting thing is also looked into is, I remember a conversation when late Arun Jaitley was having, when the BJP was fighting election, they got 32. They said, like, you know, what is your strategy? He said, like, among the many strategies, the most effective strategy which you are thinking of is that we are hoping that Congress can outperform everyone else. So everybody was a bit puzzled, like, why are you saying so? So that the better the Congress performs, the poorer the performance of Aam Aadmi Party is going to be. This election also, the Congress, if you look at the vote percentage swing from the last election to 2020, the vote percentage swing was more than 10%. As far as the Congress fortune is concerned, it was reduced to 4.5. So in this particular election, I think, you know, the key dynamics is we don't know the percentage of the voter percentage Congress has as far as this particular election. If their voting percentage has risen from 4.5 to, say, for example, 12% or 10%, seat-wise they will remain the same. But that 10%, I would believe, if we go by these figures only, with the caveat that if we are going by these figures only, this means that they have ate into, or they have performed the role of vote cutters to a deadly effect. So the only place that they
from a rough average from the numbers that we have here, Congress's vote share is roughly about 8% tops.
So, which is more than 4% than last time. So it is like, you know, it's like an increase of 4% than last time. And if we get the final figures, if it touches 10, I think those 7-8% is what they're eating into, belongs to Aam Aadmi.
And if there's anybody who's the most happy here, I think it will be the Congress.
But you know,
without quoting anyone.
Will that make a difference? 8% of vote, 4 plus 4, 8, will that make a difference? Because the margin of Aam Aadmi Party was roughly 10 to 15%.
But assumption.
If it is scattered, then not much. Yeah. But if it is scattered, not that much. But certainly, if in core constituencies, you know, where almost they share the same vote bank. So in that event, yes, certainly yes. If it is a scattered vote bank, it doesn't.
So the different reason. The reason is, even if there is doubling of Congress percentage vote, let's say from 4.2 to 8, what was happening? The BJP was on the rise between 2015 and 2020, 6% average. In many constituencies, 18% average. Whereas the Aam Aadmi Party was on the decline. If you remember, the Aam Aadmi Party's percentage vote came down, you know, almost like 5% between 2015 and 2020. So a party which is on the apogee but on the decline, the BJP is rising. If the rising stays the same, that means a 6% increase, let's say average for the BJP, and an increase for the Congress, which as Brijesh pointed out, will cut the AAP votes. Therefore, they'll be able to swing the 15%. So I think it makes sense.
Okay.
This basically, a vote percentage basically matters in the long run. For the party to build momentum, the Congress, if it's picking up from nothing to here,
the Congress party also made it very clear how they want to fight the election.
Rahul Gandhi did not campaign
but
right
the Congress
to the
party,
end.
see, if you look at this, the more their biggest attack was reserved for Arvind Kejriwal. Because they also realize that, you know, I mean, if you look at the entire trajectory. Which is why I
said the most happy here.
Absolutely, and they've made no bones about it. They've made no bones about it as well. It's not like they're sitting in silence saying that in off-record conversation. They've made no bones about it.
Correct.
That they will love to see Aam Aadmi Party defeated rather than to see BJP lose.
Right. You know, a quick word. Sushil Gupta, who's reacted, the Haryana president of Aam Aadmi Party. Let's listen in. He says, we reject the exit polls.
हम ये चौथा चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं और हर एग्जिट पोल में हमारी सरकार बनती हुई नहीं दिखाई गई, परंतु रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक किए। अरविंद केजरीवाल ने दिल्ली की जनता के लिए काम किया है। दिल्ली में शिक्षा पे, चिकित्सा पे, बिजली पे, पानी पे काम किया है। महिलाओं के उत्थान के लिए काम किया है। बुजुर्गों की सेवा के लिए काम किया है। और ये चुनाव रिजल्ट देगा, आम आदमी पार्टी के पक्ष में देगा और सरकार बनेगी।
एग्जिट पोल अभी देखा है, मुझे लगता है हमारा एग्जिट पोल से भी बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है। प्रचंड बहुमत से बीजेपी की सरकार बन रही है, 27 साल बाद ही सही मगर वापसी हो रही है। और हम एग्जिट पोल का इंतजार करेंगे क्योंकि हम जानते हैं अभी तो एग्जिट पोल है, मगर एग्जिट पोल एग्जिट से बेहतर होगा ऐसा मेरा विश्वास है।
Let me bring in Savio, who's with us. Savio, a quick take from you on if at all the BJP indeed comes to power as per the exit polls. Who do you think will be the chief minister? I'm only bouncing this question off you after hearing
you have reserved the toughest question to Savio.
After hearing Manoj Tiwari, he seems to be the most popular face for the BJP in Delhi. But Karthik rightly said that the BJP is known for springing surprises. The most inconspicuous person could likely be the CM of Delhi if the BJP comes to power. They are known to do that. Example, Madhya Pradesh.
Well, I believe that the BJP, if they come into power, will choose a CM candidate that will represent the people of Delhi. But I would rather not jump the gun right now, because the most important thing right now is to understand what is the changing dynamics in Delhi. One thing is certain, and that I'm 100% convinced about, and that's not on the reliance on the exit polls itself. I believe that the voter percentage of the Aam Aadmi Party is going to drop down considerably. I believe that the BJP vote share is going to increase, and it's going to increase considerably as well. Whether that translates into victory is a matter of which we will know in a couple of days. But the Aam Aadmi Party will not get the majority that it got the last time. I'm not saying they're not going to win. I'm just saying that the brutal majority that they had the last time is something they're not going to get this time. And I'll tell you why. The reason a lot of people, in my conversations with people, mostly within the lower income segment, a lot of them are actually quite fed up with the political parties and they are constant complaining, in particular with the Aam Aadmi Party. And they have found the Aam Aadmi Party to be people that have resorted to theatrical politics rather than deliverance at a ground level. That is going to work against the Aam Aadmi Party. I hope the Aam Aadmi Party can look at it in an objective manner, whatever the results are, whether they win or they lose and get a lower percentage. They look at it objectively because they had the aspiration of the people when they came into power with brute majority. At this point of time, there is a question mark as far as the deliverables that they have done. But more importantly, it is their brand of politics that is not gelling with a lot of the new voters in Delhi and a lot of the people who are aspirational as far as India's growth story is concerned or Delhi's growth story is concerned. But having said that, I still repeat, like I said earlier, the real crust of the elections will be with the lower income women, and that I think is something that Aam Aadmi Party still has an advantage on. And whether BJP has been able to break that, we will only know that on the 8th of February.
Welfare scheme for women, all women to get 2100, 2500. AAP said 2100, the BJP says 2500. So they seem, and BJP in that sense has come up with a multi-pronged approach. I think the budget was their trump card.
Actually, if
the middle class, the social welfare schemes for the poor, who have they left?
If you would have, if you had seen the the ads which were there in the papers yesterday, day before yesterday, if I would have put my hand like that and asked you which political party do you think these ads belong to, you would have been confused because they're also similar in terms of what they're offering to women, what they're offering to lower income group. They all look the same. That's the fact of the matter.
But Karthik, I would like to add that it would be fallacious to assume that all lower income groups are going to vote for Aam Aadmi Party also.
Correct.
Because I just received a message from one of the subordinates who stays in one of those localities, who said that I have voted for a party which will build the Delhi Meerut one and the Delhi Dehradun one because I need to go home faster.
Okay.
Now this means that they are also this aspirational. So to say that they are only happy with the freebies,
correct,
I don't agree with it.
Okay.
And I know we have
a bit of a surprise.
breaking,
I need to stump a surprise. There has to be some twist and turn, na? So this is the twist in our show, and the twist is that this survey shows that AAP is getting 49, BJP is getting 21, and Congress is getting 0.
Be precise.
I think the pulse people, and this is the one side. So they have the pulse of a political party. They have a pulse of another political party.
Mind break.
23 mind break. So see, 0 to Congress, AAP 47, and it's to you, Nabila now.
This is always expected. Did Chanakya do the same? Chanakya also projected the opposition to be winning a majority. My analysis here is that the majority, I think, will Palla Bhari is with the majority of the exit surveys show the BJP winning.
But what most of these election surveys or these polling, this thing, we are hearing for the first time. I mean, we have been covering elections for God knows. I mean, so I'm saying pulse, people pulse, or the Vipa side or mind brain.
Yeah,
so it all depends
them.
on which party's pulse you have.
Correct.
I think to be fair to the Aam Aadmi Party, because the previous data obviously would have depressed them. Mr. Passi, now what do you make of this? अब आप भी बड़े खुश होंगे अब आप भी बड़े खुश होंगे देखिए मुस्कुराने लगे अब मुस्कुराहट लौट के आ गई
I was laughing also. Earlier stage I was also laughing because these are not exact results. I can remember you the Punjab results. The exit polls were saying that we are going to get only 57 seats, but we got 92. Similar was the position in 2015 and similar was the position in 2020. Less seats were shown to us in the exit polls, but we gain more. And now, what I want to say to you, that kindly have a look upon the 2 days exit polls, which are favoring the BJP. I clearly say, there is a difference of 25 seats. One exit poll is saying that BJP is going to get 35 seats, that is Bakis. And the other exit poll is saying that BJP is going to get 60 seats. That is People's Pulse. 25 seats difference is a very big difference. Exit polls can be show difference of 2 to 4%. This is a difference of 36%. And how we can say that these can be the exact results or these can be near to the exact results?
So Bikramjit ji, so one is right, the other is wrong. Which do you think is right and why? That's the question. We agree with you.
The question is that Aam Aadmi Party is going to get majority. Aam Aadmi Party is going to form the government. People of Delhi, well known to the fact that the BJP, and this is called as Bahut Jhutta Party, and the people know that there was a framed case, a planned case, just to malign the reputation of Aam Aadmi Party and Mr. Kejriwal. Till date, not even a single rupee has been recovered. Single penny has not been recovered. And moreover, everyone knows that who have committed the corruption, who has looted the money of the people. BJP is the only platform where he will be declared honest.
But Karthik, there's one thing I would like to add. I would like to go by what Mr. Passi, we have a lot of people in the studio. Brijesh wants to ask a question. No, I just want to make a statement, like in the sense that, what Mr. KV Prasad was saying, that, election is like, it ends, voting ends at 6 o'clock, but everyone who is in the line and inside the compound gets a chance to vote. Correct. So final, they go on to vote till 7 o'clock. Now for them to come out with the final figures exact sharp at 6 o'clock or 6:15 means that they would have ended their service somewhere in the range of 3 to 3:30. So, there is still a 2.5 hours of voters who have to be accounted for. I think most of the people or most of these agencies like, Access My India and couple of others who have been a very reliable given their long, track record of getting elections right, almost 75% plus. Okay. They would wait for a longer duration. They would wait for voting to end and will try to give you as accurate figures till 5:30. and not like 3:30. And therein lies a trail, you know, because we cannot jump to conclusion. They may be right. I'm not talking about fluke, but going by the fact that, you know, if you're giving me a figure like this at 6 o'clock, this means that you have called off this thing by 3:30 max. Otherwise, you cannot come up with this kind of
I just wanted to ask Mr. Bassi
that,
you know, do you still believe, after seeing these exit polls, that not taking the Congress along with you was a strategic mistake? Do you think that?
Good question.
This is a very good question you asked, because when we contested together in India Alliance, we succeeded in restraining the BJP from getting majority. And it's my personal opinion. It's my personal opinion. Haryana has been lost by Congress due to this mistake. I'm very clear about this. I'm very clear about this. But the leadership of Congress is not disciplined leadership. The state leadership, either in Haryana or in Delhi, is responsible for that. Because the Congress, I can say, has become an fodder item for BJP. BJP, whenever required the persons, whenever required the numbers, they enter in the Congress arena, picked their leaders, and formed their government. This is the actual reason.
I was saying Rahul Gandhi till the end did not come into the campaign because he was expecting an alliance. It was precisely the local leadership of the Congress which sort of ended up, you know, not agreeing with the alliance. Perhaps Mr. Kejriwal did not want the alliance because what you pointed out, that in Haryana, because AAP did not get the support of Congress, therefore, as a result, they said, nahi, akele ladenge. Is that correct?
Had Congress and Aam Aadmi Party contested together, the result of Haryana would have been totally different.
I think
it was totally different. I'm clear about this. Let me complete. We have seen.
I just need to hold yourself a minute.
The local leadership.
So please wait a minute, Mr. Passi. If you look at the data of Mr. Passi, wait a minute.
Passi, sir, I want to catch you. My name is Passi. Bikramjit
Passi. Yes, Bikramjit Passi. Just wait a minute. The total difference of vote was 1,45,000. 1,45,000 in the state of Haryana. And Haryana shifted because of micromanagement of assembly constituencies. There were more than 10 seats in which Bharatiya Janata Party logged victory, where they won by 500 to some 750 votes. There were seats of the Congress party, rebel candidates, which they won. So it was a pure case of political mismanagement, wrong candidates, people speaking out of turn, and brilliance of Bharatiya Janata Party in understanding the nuance how assembly constituencies are to be handled. So I really don't want to compare Haryana with Delhi because that's chalk and cheese.
Even that also includes 16,000 meetings taken by the RSS in Haryana.
Yes,
so I think BJP has a shadow army in the RSS. Let's not forget they have
Maharashtra
32,000
meetings,
right? They have a huge workforce. Apart from their own cadre, the RSS doubles up for them.
They have, but I think in Haryana, I think nobody. I mean, more than anybody winning the election, the Congress lost the election.
Correct.
So it was like the kind of harakiri they committed, and the fact that you talk of Rahul Gandhi being suave enough to not rein in or waited till last moment. What was Rahul Gandhi doing when there was an open fight between Kumari Shailja and Hooda? It was out in the open. They were not contesting Dalit,
the Congress thought it was a given in Haryana.
It was a given, absolutely.
They assumed that it would fall on them because of anti-incumbency there against them.
They thought they were winning the election. They actually thought they were winning the election.
The BJP thought they were losing the election. There were bites that were coming. BJP leaders were speaking, saying, we are confident. We will come back. But the lack of confidence was visible. Absolutely. But that said, sir, in Delhi, if anything, the Congress would have benefited from the alliance with AAP, but not AAP. They would have clearly eaten into AAP's vote share. So for AAP not to have gone into an alliance with the Congress was a smart move on their part.
I don't agree. I think the AAP would have benefited much more from a Congress alliance than the other way around. If these numbers are right, the AAP would lose today without the Congress alliance. They perhaps would have won and come back to power. Remember 2013. In 2013, the BJP was the single largest party along with Shiromani Akali Dal. But Arvind, 2013.
Absolutely. Ajit, we need
but Kejriwal formed the
I'll come to
government.
that. Couple of bites, that couple of reactions.
Yeah,
that are coming.
Sandeep Dixit and Parvesh Sharma. Let's listen in.
सबसे पहले तो दिल्ली की जनता का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं कि उन्होंने इतने भारी उत्साह के साथ में मतदान किया और ये निश्चित है कि 8 तारीख को कमल खिलेगा, क्योंकि इतना भारी मतदान ये केवल बदलाव के लिए है, ये दिल्ली को अच्छा बनाने के लिए है, दिल्ली के अच्छे भविष्य के लिए है। तो मैं सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ।
अब इंतजार करते हैं 8 तारीख का, और अच्छा हम लोगों ने चुनाव लड़ा है। जिस कांग्रेस को दिल्ली में कुछ नहीं समझा जाता था, उसने सारी समीकरण बदले हैं, और अगर आप सारे समीकरण बदलने के स्तर पर आते हैं तो फिर आदमी कहीं भी जा सकता है।
2013 के एग्जिट पोल ने हमें हराया, 2015 के एग्जिट पोल ने हमें हराया, 2020 में फिर हमें कम सीटों पे आंका गया, और 2025 में भी पहले के हिसाब से हमारी सीटें कम दिखाई जा रही हैं। मुझे लगता है कि आम आदमी पार्टी को एग्जिट पोल हमेशा कम आंकते रहे हैं, और उसका बड़ा कारण ये है कि आम लोगों की जो आवाज़ है वो अक्सर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो दबंग हैं वो दबाते हैं। डराया जाता है, धमकाया जाता है, तो एक आम आदमी अपनी बात एग्जिट पोल पे नहीं कहता, उसको डर रहता है। इसलिए तमाम एग्जिट पोल जब जब आम आदमी पार्टी का सर्वे करते हैं वो गलत पाए जाते हैं।
All right, well, we've got most of those voices there. Let me bring in Anil Gupta, BJP spokesperson, who's also with us. Mr. Anil Gupta, the last two surveys, that's Mindbrink and We Preside, both have suggested that Aam Aadmi Party is going to be sweeping. Your take on this?
Let me just tell you our strategy. You know, recently in the last Lok Sabha election that was held in May 2024, just 8 months have passed. We won roughly 55% of vote share. We clearly won 52 assembly seats in the Lok Sabha election. And on the 3 election, we were edge to edge.
Okay.
That particular day, we targeted 55 plus. The same, you know, our Panna Parmukh, our booth Karyakartas were same. And for last 8 months, we vigorously worked on that, our booth. And that's why this is the exit poll result. I am not denying any exit poll, but I am confident that we aimed for 55 plus, and not on the basis of, just on the basis of the work of our workers, but the visionary leadership provided by Narendra Modi ji. Modi ji has a credibility. You know, we have delivered the Ladli Behna Yojana in other states, whereas they failed in Punjab. So you cannot fool the citizen of Delhi. No doubt, we targeted 55 plus.
Rich party.
And, pardon?
You're a cash-rich party.
No. If you see the balance sheet, Congress has just constructed their headquarters at the cost of more than 300 crores. And you know, and you see the balance sheet of the Aam Aadmi Party. And I'm telling you, Delhi, Kejriwal Saab has misused more than 6 lakh crores of rupees.
But Mr. Gupta, if the ADR report is to be believed, the BJP is miles ahead when it comes to political funding. Declared political. And that is a natural thing, you know. I mean, any party in power of growing and having government, there is no comparison.
We are the largest party in the world. We have a membership of more than 18 crores. Even Karyakarta like me and other Karyakarta contribute to the parties. So we have to be. And we naturally, when it is a big party, we give some donation to the party. So we have to be there. And you know, we don't just hit ideas. You see the Corona cause. All party workers run the rasoi, the community kitchen. We are into the social service. Our aim is to serve the nation, not just to get the majority or rule the government. Our aim is to do social service. Our aim is to make the India the foremost in the world. हमारे लिए देश प्रथम है, पार्टी बाद में आती है, सब लास्ट आता है. ये सच्चाई है. हमें कभी नहीं सिखाया गया।
आपका यहाँ कोई चेहरा है गुप्ता जी जो आप हाईलाइट करना चाहते हो, बीजेपी का चेहरा जो दिल्ली में अगर आप यहाँ सरकार में आए?
I am not so competent to say this thing on you, but definitely on 8th of February, we will come out with something. It is one more thing. We are a democratic party. We are not a dictator party like Kejriwal's now. The MLAs, our central leadership will choose, and definitely a party karyakarta, party worker, the MLA will be the CM of Delhi.
All right. Mr. Gupta, stay with us. As for all the other guests, we're going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back with a lot more on the numbers to try and decode the poll of polls on the other side.
Mama must be missing us, na?
Let's take it one day, give me one day. Feel the heat under my skin, it's a one day. You will like it when you see we are done. Hey! It doesn't matter, just gotta get going.
New GT line, Taigun and Virtus. Volkswagen.
It's decision time in Delhi.
Will BJP return to power after 26 years?
Can Aam Aadmi Party beat the odds and gain a fourth term? Will the Congress finally be able to reverse its fortunes in these polls?
An existential battle for all three parties right here in the national capital.
Have freebies, corruption and toxic Yamuna set the narrative? What's the Aam Aadmi's mood in Delhi? Polls in Delhi, but national impact.
All angles on the Delhi votes covered here.
Covered right here. Covered here.
At News 9.
One look and I'm falling for you like crazy. Ah, boom, boom. Every heartbeat is only for you. Every breath, every moment with you.
Shall we do it again?
My heart goes boom.
Unlimited Love. Bookings open on 14th February.
आपदा वालों को भगाना है। इस बार भाजपा सरकार बनाना है।
आपदा दिल्ली में नहीं आई, आपदा भाजपा में आई।
जो बेईमान होता है वही अपने आप को सर्टिफिकेट देता है।
So welcome back. We have shown you more than 5 exit polls, and all the 5 exit polls, one thing is very clear. One, there is no hung Delhi assembly. Second, the clarity is that either the AAP comes to power with clean numbers or Bharatiya Janata Party, and for the first time after 27 years, you have Matrice, JBC, PMARC, People's Pulse, Political Diary. These are the exit polls which are giving straight numbers to Bharatiya Janata Party. There are 2 other exit polls. They are giving number to Aam Aadmi Party. Couple of exit polls are going to come tomorrow. Now let me draw back this discussion to certain political issues. This election was fought on an issue of Chief Minister's residence called Sheesh Mahal. Then Yamuna became an issue, and let's talk about the narrative war which happened. Yeah. Then the liquor policy became an issue, HUI became an issue, and then the infrastructure and other issues became. And then the brand Kejriwal was the issue. Now, Brijesh, which issue dominated the most? Corruption, Yamuna, HUI, brand Kejriwal. What was the singular narrative on which the Delhi election was functioning, or the pulse, the heartbeat of it?
I think it was a mix of liquor and because if you remember, you know, the emergence of Arvind Kejriwal was on the anti-corruption plank. There were many leaders there at the dais, you know, and Anna Hazare took a fast and to death to remove, and Congress suffered perhaps its most debilitating political defeat till now. And Arvind Kejriwal was the rising star at that point of time, went on to win election and become an extremely powerful political foe, or rather the only regional leader, head of a regional party which is challenging Modi like anything. But what has happened is that, you know, the liquor case dented that somehow. And the reason I'm saying somehow is because, you know, in the other elections, we didn't see a cascading effect of that which hit Aam Aadmi Party in a big way. Then when Sheesh Mahal came, and you know what the projection of those videos of, you know, massive, bathrooms and, you know, splurge which was there, ACs, TVs and all. So it was all right for Aam Aadmi Party to say that, you know, every chief minister's residence is like that. But for someone who has prophesied, someone who have lived, claimed that they will not travel in more than a Maruti 800, you know, the USP was the Aam Aadmi. And the pictures which were shown was a complete departure from what was
why
that.
did that USP break in this election? This could have been. Let me be the devil's advocate here. This USP could have been broken.
No, that is the reason why I am saying that this time, I don't know who is going to form the government. But I personally feel that this time the BJP had the best chance in the last 15 years to form the government or come or
Mr. KV Prasad has not spoken for a long time. KV, do you concur with Brijesh Pandey that this is BJP's best shot to power in 27 years?
Well, that is the way the entire strategy was crafted right from day one. If you look at the last 3 years, the BJP has been homing in on a couple of issues on, as I said in the beginning, chip away from the very base of Aam Aadmi Party, which was the USP I said in the beginning, was the anti-corruption flank. So best is hit at the one of the most strongest points, dent as much as possible, because that's going to and what is politics? Politics is the art of perception, how you build a perception. And that's the perception, as I said, the middle classes which bagged Aam Aadmi Party in 2013, riding on that crest of Anna Hazare anti-corruption wave, India against corruption movement, we've all seen that there in Jantar Mantar and much later in Ramlila. So that was the crescendo which resulted in 2013 and 2015, the landslide victory. I think all that changed. That is a fact. So BJP strategy was very, very clear. Attack the most strongest points of the Aam Aadmi Party, and obviously bring in the liquor policy, which became controversial, and also the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party withdrew from it. They actually, so that gave BJP a very good handle to push forward and say, look, if it was okay, they could have stuck with it. So these are political points the BJP very rightly, as a political party in opposition, played upon it. But Karthik, I would like to come back to one issue which was hearing, if not now, maybe a little later. I don't think politics 2 + 2 will become 4. Just because Aam Aadmi Party and Congress don't go together, they would have worked wonders. I don't think, if you look at Haryana figures, they didn't add up. Maybe a one or odd seat. The Aam Aadmi Party actually got a seat which could have made a difference to Congress. If that was the case, Punjab Lok Sabha was a classic example where they didn't go together. Or 2018 Gujarat, where the Congress was very near to come back to, to at least they were almost 90 and 90 plus. The Aam Aadmi Party contested, and then, so I don't think it's linear.
I know it's not linear, but there is also, a bigger issue which we'll continue to discuss. Its implication, Nabila, for the regional parties. Because when Congress lost Haryana, it was between two national parties. But what Bharatiya Janata Party with alliance partners have done, it smashed Sharad Pawar's party, it smashed Uddhav Thackeray's party, it smashed Congress in Maharashtra. If it does this in Delhi, then my question to you and everyone present in this discussion, and whoever wants to come can speak on it first, what will be the implication of this victory Bharatiya Janata Party wins for the regional parties? I
just have to add to this, to what you're saying. Classic example in Karnataka, the JDS at this point is really struggling for survival. And I think the reason being that they decided to go with the NDA, with the BJP, get into an alliance for the last Lok Sabha elections. I think that was detrimental, if anything. I feel the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi is looking at the same while considering allying with the Congress, because whatever said, the Congress is a much bigger national party. The AAP is still considered a regional party, though it has national ambitions.
No, AAP is a national party.
It is. In paper it is, in principle it is. But my point is that, the perception, since that's the game, perception-wise they still considered a regional party at this point. So I feel allying with a national party like the Congress, or a party that's more robust, and a legacy party like the Congress, is actually detrimental for a regional party. Like JDS was almost wiped out in Karnataka. I feel Kejriwal now.
I take this argument. I make this argument a little broad also. You can pick any strand of it.
Yeah.
There are regional parties who have defeated Bharatiya Janata Party. Trinamool has done it. DMK has done it. Plain and simple. Aam Aadmi Party is the only national party without a regional basis. Though they started in Delhi, but unlike Mamta, who represented Bengali pride, or the Dravidian pride of Stalin, or Telugu Bidda of Nara Lokesh and his father, this is a different party. That is why it's threatening to the other political parties like the Congress party. I'm saying that does it change the game for other regional parties or not?
I would not say. I would say not, because there's always a tyranny of distance. Like if something happens in Delhi, you can have 50 OBs and 500 reporters covering it and acquiring this thing. But if something happens in Northeast, though even of immense consequence, it hardly gets a coverage. I think the reason why we're discussing is that because it is happening in Delhi. A, B, I would say that because Aam Aadmi Party is something, or say rather Arvind Kejriwal is something who has positioned himself as a David versus Goliath battle right since inception. So it acts that way. I honestly don't think that this particular election, win or loss, is going to have any kind of national implication whatsoever. We can say that Congress lost because it didn't add up or tied up with Aam Aadmi Party, as the Aam Aadmi Party spokesman was trying to say. I don't believe that. The Congress lost because the Congress lost, not because of any tie-up or lack of tie-up. The same way I would say that if you go by the same logic, then would he agree that the AAP committed a suicidal mistake by not going with the Congress party? That would also be a lie. Because Aam Aadmi Party is a party which is very nimble-footed. They fight, they practice guerrilla-like politics in Delhi, and they're far more organized than Congress, which is a scattered party all over. You don't know, what Ajay Makan is doing. Sandeep Dixit is considered the son of Sheila Dixit, and one of the early practitioners championing, saying that we should fight against Aam Aadmi Party. But these are lone warriors who are fighting or picking up cudgels on behalf of Congress. So
what Karthike was asking was a very more ambitious question, broader question. You see, what has happened since 2014, we saw the surge, saffron surge in this country, which kind of in 2024 came to a check in the Lok Sabha 2024. And I think BJP learnt a lesson from that. All the mistakes that it was committing, it is not committing since then. Look at Maharashtra, look at Haryana. Now, if these numbers are right, Delhi, except for Jharkhand, it seems that the BJP seems to have one mistake it was making, not relying on the RSS. Now, we've seen all these three elections in Haryana, in Maharashtra, now in Delhi.
Just to add on to that, I just want to say the fundamental difference between BJP and Congress is that BJP has never compromised with its growth when it comes to its expansion as a party, whereas Congress surrendered to the allies so much so that the regional parties have started dominating and Congress became a marginal player. BJP waits and watches. Imagine they had a lovely relationship with Biju Patnaik, but when the time came to strike, they sidelined him, and now they are in power. The same thing is going to happen in Bihar also.
It was the Biju Patnaik, it's not Biju, it was Naveen Patnaik who called up the relationship.
Look at the example of JNK. Look at the example of JNK. Okay. They went and formed government with Mehbooba Mufti, who what Atal Bihari Vajpayee said, everyone knows.
Yes.
And they were completely ideologically apart. But if you want to push for expansion, the merger...
I agree with the principle of the argument. I was just saying in the context of Odisha, it was different.
Naveen Patnaik sensed what was happening. He knew that there was a lot of transfer
He sensed, but it was touched too late, I think.
It was a little too late. He knew what was happening. The BJP was eating into its vote share. He decided to call it quits at that point. Either way, BJP came to power.
And believe me, they are waiting for the Nitish Kumar era to end. Then after that, it will be BJP.
Yeah.
They are not going to give it to Nitish's successor.
No, there is going to be no.
That's long term. That's long term. But this surge of the BJP post 2024, if they win Delhi, most likely they are going to win again with an alliance in Bihar. You'll see this surge continuing. What we assumed in 2024, the end of Modi magic, is taking another recourse. That is interesting if the Delhi election is won by the BJP.
The question would be, which I have, which I'll ask after the break is there a change in idiom? Because people used to say when we talk about Bharatiya Janata Party, it is Mandir, Market and Mobile. All of them come together. Has Modi changed his idiom of politics after 2024? But that's for that's a separate debate. I think you have a couple of reactions.
We have Ramesh Biduri and Satish Upadhyay. Let's listen into their reactions.
मोदी जी की वेव, देश में जो विकास हुआ है उसी प्रकार से दिल्ली चाहती कि दिल्ली में विकास हो, दिल्ली वाले चाहते। हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं की मेहनत, हमारे नेतृत्व की मार्गदर्शन के साथ साथ स्ट्रेटेजी उसके एवज में ऊब गए दिल्ली वाले केजरीवाल जी से। तो इसीलिए ये जो एग्जिट पोल आ रहे हैं, मैं इन पर भी विश्वास नहीं, इससे और आगे जाएगा, और आगे जाएगा। भारतीय जनता पार्टी 50 को क्रॉस करेगी।
मैं तो 2 ही लाइनों में इसको कह सकता हूं कि झाड़ू के तिनके बिखर गए हैं और कीचड़ में कमल दिल्ली में खिल रहा है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरी तरह से 70 कमल के साथ दिल्ली में सरकार बना रही है। लेकिन मैं ये जानता हूं कि 70 कमल हम खिलाएंगे और उसमें से हम एक मेजॉरिटी के साथ निश्चित रूप से दिल्ली में सरकार बनेगी।
Bharatiya Janata Party leaders are pretty upbeat. They're very happy. Bikramjit continues to be with me. Dr. Anil Gupta continues to be with me. Savio Rodriguez continues to be with me. Mr. Jha is in the studio. Professor Suresh is with me. Brijesh Pandey is with me. Nabila is with me. And KV Prasad is with me. You know, this is going to be ongoing discussion. But coming back to the moot point of Delhi, Suresh, this question is to you. Do you think that BJP will breach the fortresses of Aam Aadmi Party in East Delhi this time around? Because those are the fortress areas. Do you think that this breach is taking place there in the Purvanchali voters, which became the backbone of the Aam Aadmi Party?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Please remember one thing.
Mayur Vihar, Patparganj.
Absolutely. The reason is that the BJP very clearly identified the 2 USPs of the Aam Aadmi Party. One, the clean, squeaky clean image of Kejriwal, which has been dented. Not only BJP, even the Congress was referring to, Rahul Gandhi was also referring to Sheesh Mahal. Second, the freebies. Please remember that East Delhi also has a sizable government employees, sizable number of government employees. So you have the 8th pay commission, you have that income tax thing. They are all going to weigh in the minds of the voters when they go to cast their vote. So to say that the fortresses are going to remain, how much the impact is going to be there, that remains to be seen. But nevertheless, it is going to be very visible, the kind of dent that BJP has made on these 2 USPs of the Aam Aadmi Party.
Any reason why BJP didn't give a CM candidate, Suresh?
Well, I think that it has been the pattern in the last couple of, whether it is Maharashtra, whether it is Haryana, they will always, and then they did not want, they wanted all the aspirants to work unitedly for the victory of the party first. Because if they had started that, triggered that debate earlier, it would have led to divisions in the
country. I also think it's more of a lack of faith.
No. What has happened?
For example, I just in Maharashtra, they did push Eknath Shinde as the CM face. They fought elections on his name. Only when the BJP, in fact, got a sweeping lead, did they decide that Fadnavis should be the chief minister. But until then, Eknath Shinde was projected to be the CM face.
But that was the NDA.
But here there is a lack of faith.
Kiran Bedi was announced as chief ministerial candidate. They suffered a very sorry
loss. Even Sushma Swaraj, much before.
Sushma Swaraj was
in Delhi.
Manoj Tiwari was made the face of the Delhi BJP Delhi. They lost badly.
I have a very simple answer to this.
They don't have a face.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
I have a very simple answer. See, there are 2 choices in Delhi, right? BJP versus AAP, Mr. Modi versus Mr. Kejriwal. You smash Kejriwal, Modi wins. That's the formula that the BJP has.
On this note, I'm closing this program. It's time for a break, but please don't go away, because when we come back at 8, we will have poll of polls, a decisive data in front of you to decipher what's going to happen on Saturday.
And I'm falling.